Lacrosse Local is proud to be a sponsor of the Lacrosse Winter Roots Festival, brought to you by Ultra Federal Credit Union. We invite you to celebrate music, cuisine, artists, makers, brewers, and distillers in the new Lacrosse Center Riverside Ballroom. Musical entertainment includes Dan Sobronic, Reed Grimm, Tug, The Remainders, Greg Hall and the Wrecking Ball, and the Trippin' Billies, the nation's most renowned Dave Matthews tribute band. Lacrosse Winter Roots Festival is presented by the Lacrosse Center, Lacrosse Local, and with special thanks to The Remainders.
I'm going home. Hey, I'm going home.
Find out more information and how to get tickets at lacrosselocal.com. We had a moment with rocker Carlie Hanson. We learned about this musician's early beginnings, musical heroes, COVID experience, the musical journey from social media to ending up in California. And we delved into the new music video, Snot, and what's next for the spirited music maker. You can find more conversations, food reviews, live music, and events on our website, lacrosselocal.com. I'm Amy.
And I'm Brent.
And this is Lacrosse Local.
Let me know when to go. I like it when you piss me off, 'cause then I get to take it out on you. So go ahead and wipe your snot on my sweatshirt. I live right around the block, so roll your eyes and take a walk on me. Wearing nothing but your socks, just how I like it, nothing really on me.
I was born in La Crosse, Wisconsin, but I didn't live in La Crosse growing up. I grew up in Alaska and went to school there and all that. I don't really know. I guess music was just around the house a lot. And my sisters and my mom and we were always in the car for some reason. I feel like we were always going for drives and like driving down to Goose Island. And, we went to go visit my grandma a lot, and which was really far. So we were always in the car and we always had new CDs on. Like, I remember growing up listening to Tracy Chapman a lot, Melissa Etheridge, Alanis Morissette, and just like a lot of rock bands like like Third Eye Blind. So a lot of that was in my presence. Yeah, I guess just from a young age, I was just always listening to it, and I would memorize the lyrics and be singing around the house. And my older sister, who is like 27, 28. So she put me on to all those cool artists, and was always introducing me to like Evanescence or Avril Lavigne. And it was just always around. I was very invested.
Just listening to some of your work the last couple of days, I automatically go to, artists like Ella King, things like that. What kind of influences do you think your sound sounds like? Who did you kind of borrow or twist or turn or?
Definitely Justin Bieber. I feel like I learned how to sing from him. I don't know so much like today do I like take musical influence from him, but definitely still like inflections with my voice. I find I'm still kind of like stealing from him just because I was always trying to sing like him when I was younger. But musically now, like, it's all over the place. There's so many artists now, and I'm just like bouncing from artist to artist. But there's this artist 070 Shake that I really, really like. I like Mac DeMarco a lot, and Dominic Fike is a huge inspiration for me. I'm still listening to Third Eye Blind and Avril Lavigne, and like I feel like that nostalgic kind of guitar and trying to push it into my music.
What kind of set you down the path that you are now, moving from lacrosse? What kind of like sent you on your journey to where you've come to?
It's really weird. So like, I'll try to make it long story short version, but I was always posting videos online from a very young age, and then nothing really was happening from like ages 12 to like 14 or 15 or something. But when Instagram came around, I had posted a video online of me singing a Zayn Malik song, and it kind of blew up for a second, and iHeartRadio had reposted it, and I remember that was a big deal. And from then, these producers or this manager had seen it and then introduced me to these producers online. And I ended up making a trip to Canada with my mom when I was like 16. to go work with these producers for the first time, because I was like, I don't know if I'll ever get this opportunity ever again. So let's just take it and run with it. So I worked with these producers. Their name is House of Wolf. And they actually are the first. I have my first 2 songs that I've ever put out, Why Did You Lie and Only One, they produced. And I worked with them a bunch in Canada. They came to Los Angeles a few months after that when I was still like 16, 17. And I just continued to work with them. My mom just came along with me. Like, thank God for her, because I wouldn't have been able to do any of this without her. And I just continued making music, and I kept meeting people along the way, like a few songwriters who helped me meet my manager to this day. And I just like kept making music, flying back and forth from Wisconsin to LA. And finally, when I graduated high school early in Alaska, and I was able to like come here and couch surf and just like continue making music and releasing music. And then it just kind of kept going. And then I got to go meet certain labels because of my manager really helping me out, and Warner seemed to be the right fit. And it just kept snowballing into this.
Sure. I've talked to a lot of musicians over the past 18 months. I'm sure, getting things moving, potentially recording new music, made everything an issue with COVID. So did that have a big effect on you, either creatively or, kind of took the legs from underneath you, or how was that process?
Yeah, that was like, well, it was like really, I don't know if I can swear, but it was really shitty at first, because like when nobody knew what was going on, it was like the world had stopped, especially in the music industry. And any chance, it's funny, especially in LA, like any chance someone gets to just like up and leave LA, they will, because, I don't know, that's just how people are. That's how I am too, a little bit. So like, I feel like everybody kind of just like left because we were scared as fuck. Yeah. So we're like, we got to go home to like whatever, be with our families and whatnot. And so that made things hard, because like my job is to go to people's houses and make music with them. And it was just like, no, I don't have that. And then obviously COVID was happening and we wanted to stay safe. So I was stuck at home. And then Zoom sessions were a thing, which was really tough. Like we were like this trying to make a song together. And then it was just so tough. And it just wasn't organic or authentic in how music should be made. Like it was really hard. And then add on touring not being able to happen, it really just was not fun. Thankfully, I was still able to like, survive and like stay at home. And creatively, I feel like I was in a rut for a while, but I still found moments where I would just like be so bored that all I could do was write. That helped me a bit, but it really was tough. But within all of that, I was learning how to produce on my own, because I was stuck with myself, and I got the equipment and I have everything and like learned how to record my voice. So it was a blessing and a curse. Like I got to learn these new things and be with myself a little bit longer than I normally would. But I also, got stripped away the live performances and being with other people and getting their take on songwriting and music making. But for the most part, I mean, it's all good now. It's all good.
Just seems like people have kind of taken away that time. Those early months were just crazy because you thought the world was ending, but I think people have kind of readjusted using that time to do what's important.
Totally.
Recently, I got to watch your video Snot. You really did shave your head and got a tattoo.
I really did.
How did that concept for that video come about?
Wake up late with our makeup on, take 2 small breaks, put it on my tongue. I love the taste of your toxic love, so waste me, I don't wanna stop. Okay.
So I guess, purely the main reason was boredom. I was just sick of my hair and I was bored. And also I had bleached my hair a million times, my long hair. And it was just like not hair anymore. It was yarn. And so I was like, I should just shave my head for that fact. And because I am a huge fan of Lil Peep, he has tattoos on the sides of his, or had tattoos on the sides of his head. And I always thought that was so cool. So I was just like, I don't know. I I guess, wanted to shave my head, and I just really wanted to do it. And I thought making it a music video would be cool too. Just film it all. I'm gonna do it anyway, so let's capture it and make it cool, I guess. But yeah, really no like epiphany moment. It was just like, I want to do this.
Nice. So what's next for you? What are you excited for?
I'll be dropping this album called Tough Boy in February, early February. So that's cool. But just excited to get back to playing shows. I feel like that's where I really give.
Will this be some of your first shows in 2021 or whatever it is?
Yeah, I think I've played like one or two, or I've played like 4 shows since everything. So yeah, this will be definitely like, still haven't played a lot this year, but still gonna go hard in the paint.
Cool. So what should people expect when they show up to one of your shows?
I always have a band. I have a shirtless drummer, so everyone will love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I have my guitarist, Ryan, who, yeah, they've been my band since like 2017. So we always play together. Just expect a lot of, unfortunately, swearing. I feel like I swear a lot, I've realized. So I'm sorry in advance. But just a good time, man. I like to go hard. That's where I have the most fun. And yeah, a band and a good time.
Sweet. So if people want to find out more, what's the best avenue for the go-to? What do you update the most?
Probably recently TikTok. So hit the talk.
Hit the talk.
Hit the talk, hit the IG, Instagram. But I'm on everything. YouTube, Instagram, talk, Facebook sometimes. All the things.
All the things.
Lacrosse Local Podcast is a production of River Travel Media. Do you have an interview idea you'd like to share with us? Message us on Facebook at Lacrosse Local. Find out more about us at lacrosselocal.com, and you can subscribe to the Lacrosse Local Podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you like us, rate us 5 stars. We appreciate it.